Very much. Well, I am Barbie with a Y. Why? Because my mother wanted it that way. It is Barbara Ann McDonald. I grew up in Bunker Hill with my grandparents and my mother. Grew up on a dairy farm, a beef farm, sheep, chickens, turkeys, you name it. I've done it all. My grandfather on my mom's side and my grandfather on my dad's side are both in the West Virginia Agriculture Hall of Fame. Now, my grandfather on my dad's side was a horticulturalist, so I think I'm the only person in West Virginia who can claim that honor of having both her grandparents in the Agriculture Hall of Fame. That's big, because one of them's a Democrat and one of them was a Republican. I have a very diversified political background. My dad was Bill McDonald, who was a very active person in the Republican Party. My mom, not so. She was the Democrat. I'm also married for 45 years to my husband, Bob Frankenberry. When we married 45 years ago, actually before that we dated for 5, he went to register before I did because he is a little older. And he says, I registered a Republican. I said, good. That way I'll register the Democrat and we can decide which way we want to go on the different issues. And we do talk about them. I graduated from Musselman High School. I was president of the student council. Went to Shepherd University, now college then, okay? And majored in physical education and also have a degree in library science. I spent most of my career working in library science at Hedgesville Middle School, Musselman Middle School, and most recently finished at Musselman High School. I've been president of the Mountain State Apple Harvest Festival for 7 years, and many of you whom I've known, like Mr. Whitaker and Mr. Blair, and some of you know that I have been very active in my community in 4-H. I take all the pictures for the Musselman football game. I take the pictures for the Berkeley County Youth Fair. We are gearing up for the fair the first week in August. So you will see me at the fair. Come by and visit. I've also recently been the state regent for the West Virginia Daughters of the American Revolution. But 2 weeks ago, I was actually installed as a national officer of this group of 190,000 members. There are only 10 national officers. I'm very proud of that. Very, very proud of that. I have many other accolades, and one of which is being Teacher of the Year, the first time that they've ever chosen a library media specialist. But now, I've worked in my community, I believe in my community, and I wanted to work again. The Eastern Panhandle is becoming a premier economic engine of West Virginia. Nowhere else is there a more diverse economy than right here. We have the best educational system in our county public education, higher education, and vocational education centers. But the Eastern Panhandle and West Virginia have very critical issues that must be addressed. Number one is a drug epidemic. Every family in our state and everyone in this room knows someone who struggles with addiction. I attended the forum at Martinsburg High School, Chasing the Dragon, the life of an opiate addict. And I am committed to working with government and the private sector, communities of faith, nonprofits, and anyone else who wants to find a solution. It's been incredible to see the response of West Virginia and others with flood relief. But we cannot ignore that our state nearly faced this crisis without a budget or the resources necessary to help our fellow West Virginians. While some believe that we can use the rainy day fund to balance the budget, despite not actually matching the predicted revenue and expenditures, we once again realize and will continue to see how very important the rainy day fund is. West Virginia is already facing another budget shortfall. We must send people to Charleston who are willing to face these harsh realities with an open mind and work across the aisle to find compromises and solution to make our state stronger. I've given you my background, and many of you I've known for many, many years. I know Berkeley County. I am Berkeley County. One word that cannot be used to describe me is radical. I'm prepared for a spirited campaign based on fact and community engagement. I did not enter this campaign lightly. My campaign committee is nearly 45 community members, ranging from farmers and preachers to business folks and, yes, teachers. I didn't even see your thingy go up. Did you put it up? Pardon? I'm honored to say that my committee of support mirrors my district in political registration, with more than a third being Republican. I put people first, and I will put the people of Berkeley County and the Eastern Panhandle first. Though I'm sure there are a few who might disagree, there is not a policy expert among us here today, but we all have a unique set of experiences and knowledge that we can share and draw upon to gain understanding on issues affecting business, government, and our daily lives. Many of my family and friends are small business owners, and one thing I know is that to be a success, you have to rely on the talent you have, trust others as resources. Oh, I thought she said, I didn't see that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I did not see your folder. I apologize.